You got to give a pint of blood, and then you got to drink the pint of blood.
That's not giving the blood, then, is it?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
You got to drink it in front of a dying child.
Right.
What? That's got like leukemia.
Yeah.
It just needs 1 pint of blood.
Coming like stone cold, smash Susan together.
You're like Triple H drinking. Warning, the following podcast contains extreme themes and language and is not suitable for all audiences.
Hello and welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland, him, a big fat cunt, and him, a little not gay Tom.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, how's everyone's week been?
Not too bad. You were you working this weekend? Because you watched the Paul Smith fight, didn't you?
That's not it. I love, like, normally there's like a segue between two bits. You segued between hello into something. It's genuinely incredible.
I watched it. I watched it online.
Yeah,
I watched it, it started, I sneezed and Paul got knocked out.
Yeah, I did. I saw the fight. I was at the event, but I went for a piss and he came back. He was unconscious. I saw it.
So I saw the knockout.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, Paul Smith had an MMA fight this week. He's been training for a year. And he was up against Jake Quickenden, who was apparently off X Factor. I had no idea who
Did
the
you
cunt
see?
was.
Did you see the weigh-in when Jake Quickenden gets on the scales, right? And he's a good-looking lad. He's a big bloke.
Yeah.
He's wearing his best boxers.
Shredded.
Absolutely shredded. He's fake tanned himself up to the fucking tits. And Paul comes on, and in
Waddles on.
comparison, he looks so. Even though Paul looks the best he's ever looked,
Yeah, Paul's
he
in great shape.
He looks
and,
so pasty compared to him.
Oh god, yeah, he's on a different section of the Pantone colour chart. In his
Yeah,
phone.
I reckon Jake Quickenden started in better shape than Paul finished it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is,
But you've also got to remember as well, Jake Quickenden's like 35, and Paul's in his 40s.
Yeah, he's like 41, isn't he? Yeah.
Like that's the sort of age where it really starts to fucking make a big difference.
Like normally, this is when MMA fighters start to get sad. You
Yeah,
start to
yeah.
watch the fights and you're like, oh, retire, mate.
And it did.
Yeah, and look, I think it might have been his retirement bout. To be honest with you, I think the question of who was better at fighting was very decisively answered in about 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and then.
Just quickly as a quick disclaimer.
Yeah.
I love Paul. You love Paul.
100%. I was there to support.
Tom, Tom fucking hates him.
Yeah, hates him. Real bitchy.
Hates
real
him. Calls
bitchy.
him a hack.
I wouldn't have said that publicly before, but now I'm not asked.
Now you can get twatted.
I've never met Paul. I don't know.
Love Paul. Have all the respect for him
Great
in the
dude,
world.
and like massively respect him for doing it.
Did
as
a
well.
wonderful thing. However, all that's going out the window for the next hour.
Yes. Right, because the other night, right, watching it, it was fucking visceral, right? Because I really like fighting sports. I think they're really fun, but I normally watch them with a sort of almost sociopathic detachment, where you're just sort of watching people, because they've chosen to go in there, they know what they're doing. You just watch them and you're like, someone gets knocked out and you're like, whoa!
Yeah.
Very different when it's your mate.
But also as well, like watching it, and I only watched the stream, but all I can say is that I've seen Manchester United players' girlfriends take punches better.
But it was the mobility difference so quickly into the fight, right? Because Jake's got really long legs, right? He's really athletic, was moving around so quickly, throwing long kicks. And Paul's body shape looks like if you held up a badger under its shoulders to make it dance. He's got little stumpy legs, and he sort of shuffles around. Paul was trying to wrestle him, but basically Jake would just move.
Well, he landed a kick on him straight away, and then you could see Jake go, I think I'm going to move when that happens next time.
Yeah,
and then he didn't get anywhere near him.
Yeah, and it was one of those where there was a bit of an exchange, and even in the leg kicks, Jake's the sound they were making was these cracks, whereas Paul had sort of tickle him a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it was just
the bit where he fucks up, and I'm not an expert in UFC because I think it's gay, but I am an expert in gay. So, I'm not an expert in UFC, but the bit where he fucks up is the bit where he misses a leg kick and he kind of goes, I'm going to do a little spinny kick, and then he doesn't, and he misses it, and he just gets absolutely fucking twatted.
Well, half of that, he sort of like, he dummies a kick and then settles himself by spinning around. That's the thing people do in fights.
But you can see his heel lift up as if to be like, I might try a little back kick here, and then he doesn't. What?
Yeah, he
feints
it. He feints it. I think he pulled out of that. The bit where it really flipped for him was actually, I think this was like a little bit unlucky because like he went for a double leg takedown because basically Paul does jiu-jitsu more than he does anything else.
Yeah.
So his only real plan strategy would get him down, wrestle him, choke him out, something like that, and that could have happened. I've no idea. We didn't see them get into that because he got starched before he got close to that. But he shot for a double leg. It didn't stick, but he had the single leg and he was like underneath it and he was up against the cage and he was trying to get leverage to like take him down.
Let's watch.
But whilst that's happening, Jake, I think, put his fingers in the cage and they got separated and reset. So actually, like, you know, because it was like, that's an advantage holding onto the cage. Yeah. So the referee reset them, which he should do, but Paul actually was much better off where he was. So that reset actually, it wasn't long after that Paul was then TKO. So, yeah.
Let's watch it.
We can watch the whole fight, actually. This was awesome, though. His ring walk, he must have felt like such a badass. The place went mental for him.
Okay.
That leg kick stung. So here we go. It's right there. Oh, no. Yeah. They're up against... Ooh.
So far, I can just...
There we go.
There you go. Bang.
Bang. It's that straight right he eats there.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
God.
And he's he ate... That straight right rattled his chin. And, like, the image, right... Because I was... I'd got it, and like in order to make it an enjoyable evening for myself, you know, because it already was a good event, but I had eaten a lot of Green Angels products, vaped quite heavily, and I'd aimed for a microdose of mushrooms and I slightly overshot it.
So you were
So
watching
what did
like
you do for a special occasion? How did you make it different?
Basically, Rob watched a dragon fight a unicorn. That's what he watched.
No, it was like I just enough mushrooms for like, you know, colours to be like nice and like everything to be a bit like intense,
just enough mushrooms to make Paul's tattoos look good.
But like it was so visceral and intense. Like I was really enjoying the night. It was mad. The event was crazy, right? Kerry Katona was there.
Kerry Katona
was there. Emma Jones off LUFC off Leeds United's in-house TV was there. So the Leeds United Dars would have been very jealous of me. There was just loads of
wall-to-wall A-listers.
Oh mate, it was insane.
I know one of those people are. That's because she's from the same town as me. And you know the other one because she's from the same town as you.
There was Kerry Katona and someone else.
Yeah, mate, that wasn't even it. There was several rappers I'd never heard of. I know. Me, hip hop fan, never heard of any of them.
Were you in the celebrity section of this event?
There was also a guy who there is a film made about him. It was a Scouse guy who went to jail in like Thailand, and they made a film about him, which is dead good. I can't remember what it's called. Something about the dawn. It's a really, really good film. He was there anyway. The guy who went to Thai jail and made the film.
So we've got Scouse Howard Marks.
We've
got Kerry Katona. Some lass off fucking Leeds United football club TV. Yeah. And some rappers you've never heard of.
Yeah, it was real star-studded. Like,
to be fair, they may have not been there. It could have just been these mushrooms.
Yeah.
It was actually Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And to announce the fact, they had a guy called Bruce Buffering. And it was just him going, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking dog. No, there was a big Russian guy who was like fighting out of red corner. It was like that. It was very. He was wearing a sparkly jacket. He was the biggest, hardest-looking Russian man, but in a sparkly lame jacket.
Really? That's why they're losing against Ukraine.
Yeah,
it was because they're all there announcing ring fights.
It was such a mad night though, because like it was all like I assumed like when I like because basically one of my mates was like, "Oh, do you want a ticket?" I was like, "Yes, I'll come." I assumed it'd be all like YouTubers and comedians and shit, but it was a proper professional MMA card, the rest of it. So there was like a European flyweight championship on it and stuff, and there was some amazing fights. It was really, really fucking good. But then like, so I was really enjoying it, and then like Paul comes out and I was like gassed for him at the ring walk. It was like proper cool. Then as soon as the fight started, it was so much more tense than I expected, because like it was so obvious how quickly about how much he was going to get pasted, right? And like I thought it would be funny. In hindsight, it's very funny. At the time, I was just like, There is an image of Paul's face like sideways that is just lodged in my retinas after he just got his chin spun. So I just felt bad. Like, he trained so hard and he did do amazing, but then he just got fucking rattled.
So I did a podcast once with Paddy the Baddie. I did Have a Word with Paddy the Baddie.
Yeah.
And I asked him this because this is the only bit about UFC that I find remotely interesting. There has to be
men in little shorts.
There has to be a point.
Because you're gay.
There has to be a point, right, when you're fighting and you just realise that the guy's so much better than you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to get the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah.
And he said, no, because when you're a fighter like that, you just refuse to accept that there's no chance that you'll win. Like you've got it. In order to be that sort of person that would do that, you have to have the mentality of, well, if this person's better than me at striking and jiu-jitsu, then I'm going to be able to get a knee or a kick or something. Do you know what I mean?
Paul, though, is not a professional fighter. And he said in his interview afterwards, he said the first punch, he was like, shit. He was like, this guy punches fucking hard.
Really?
Paul's interview afterwards was dead funny. Like, he was going like, lad, even when I was wrestling him, he's heavy as fuck. We're meant to be the same weight. He must have a 13-inch willy.
Oh, yeah.
It was really funny.
Do you know what? You know what else I thought was really funny as well? Paul gave his fee to charity, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And the other guy didn't.
No,
Did he not? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but
I thought they both did.
Yeah. Paul's still working. Jake Quickenden off X Factor. What's he been up to?
Paul's doing arenas.
Yeah.
And
He's playing that arena on his own.
No, he is. He advertised his show there next year at the end of the thing. He's like, I'll be back here next year and hopefully a better result.
And Jake Quickenden's like, I'm at City Cafe. And
Yeah. I'm going to be in a hotel lobby doing Michael Bublé covers this Christmas.
Yeah, anyone down at Arndale Centre, I'm going to be one of the elves.
Yeah.
But
fuck it, like, fair play, Jake Quickenden. I've no idea who the cunt is, but he's hard. I'll give him that. I would not fancy fighting that lad. He was fucking good.
I
good.
thought it was for charity, so I thought it was really funny that because Jake Quickenden got booed when he was announced. Beforehand. So I thought that was funny, like booing someone for charity. Now that I found out he's not for charity, they should have booed him more.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I'd like to take this opportunity to reach out to Octagon MMA and say that I've always had a serious beef with the X Factor contestant Owen Quigg.
Oh, mate, I'd pay so much money.
Yeah. How dare you spell your name Eoghan? What's wrong with you?
I think they might have to book a smaller venue for that one. But
I've always had a beef with
I'd still back her.
Yeah.
Still back her over you.
She's much bigger than you, much taller, got the reach
higher
advantage.
Yeah. And do you know what? She'd be better at Googling than you.
Yeah, probably. But I'm better at asking Siri things.
What's wrong with you? If she wanted to come on here instead of you, you'd be jobless in a heartbeat.
Fucking hell, how long would the episode be? Be here all day.
Right, another thing I saw at this, I saw the worst nut shot that I've ever seen in my life at this event.
Good job moving on there.
Thank you very much. Trying to get the fuck out
I would
of this one.
honestly, it's less painful to talk about someone being punched in the testicles.
Oh, no, not punched. Kneed. Full pelt.
Oh, yes, I saw that one.
It was insane, right? So I was like, two of the last three fights, I had like, after Paul, there was three more fights, and 2 out of the 3 got stopped by the doctors. Like, this nut shot, right? It was in the first round. They both jumped at the same time. So the one guy went to do a flying knee to like the midsection, and like his opponent jumped at the same time to do like a Superman punch or something, and he just got fucking full kneed in the bollocks. The video is on my Twitter, actually, if you want to find it. If you go on my Twitter profile, it'll be about 3 or 4 videos down. The sound it made, it sounded like if you hit a brick wall with a baseball bat.
Really?
It was this crack off it. It was into the guy made this he's this hard Eastern European guy, and he just went like and was like just not moving. Had to get helped out of the ring. Literally could not walk after it. And like, here we go, just a little bit more.
No, you have to click on his profile.
No, it's fine. This is fine. This is fine. There you go.
There you go.
Like, watch here. Oh!
It
was so square that like when they played that replay, the whole arena's like, bah! Right. He gets helped out the ring. The doctor's like, it's over. You know, gave him the count. You get a bit of time if you get a nut shot. That was not enough. He was still not moving. Yeah. Then his opponent gets on the mic and he goes, "Yeah, say what you want, but he's chosen to leave there." And he's like slagging him off. Everyone in the arena's like, "What are you on about, mate?"
And then he got on the mic and went, I actually disagree with what you just said. I think a rematch is in order.
Oh, good night. But yeah, it was fucking mad, right? It was such a mad feeling walking to the arena, being like, all these people are here to watch me mate have a scrap. It's really weird.
Yeah.
There must be someone that Paul invited, like one of his old friends or whatever, that has gone to like him having a fight at school.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And it's come from that to this.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. Like, a mad event. Like, fair play, Paul. Like, I would never fucking do that. It looked horrible. But yeah, like, he had a bit of a rough night, bless him. But like, fucking unreal to do it. Like, it is just like so intense, that whole thing. Like, I can't imagine what it's like being stood in there. Like, fuck that.
I had some beef this week. I
yeah?
offended the diabetic community.
What?
So I put a clip on of the Crisp sessions where we laugh at people with diabetes and say
is that's like a regular feature, is it?
No, it's just
diabetic of the week. There's jangling fruit pastels outside a ward.
Type 1 and type 2. Because type 2 can fuck off. You did it to yourself.
It was just both.
So it's type 2, you're fat and you've eaten too much sugar and now you can't have sugar. And type 1's, you need sugar.
Yeah, you're like hereditary.
Yeah, pretty much type 1. That's the...
Your sugar's too low, you got to have sugar
type
initially.
Type 2, stop eating.
Type 2, the one you're going to get in about 6 months.
I mean, if not already, the way my look's going.
It's not luck, Freddie. We'll get to that, but it's not luck what has happened to you. It was a very deliberate pattern of abuse. It's not luck what happened in the Donbass region.
You're right. It's unlucky. Anyway, go on.
So we said that if a Mars bar can save your life, then you're pathetic. And one diabetic person was like, "Oh, you don't understand. You just changed my life. I've got to inject myself and stuff." And so I'm not going to say anything. But then loads of more diabetes. I think he was part of this group or whatever because he was sharing it. He was commenting loads. He was putting loads of stuff on. So then loads of people did it. And then there was one woman and she put, "I can't believe you posted this in Diabetes Awareness Month." And I was like, I can't resist now.
That's got to have been made up by like Cadbury's.
I mean, the irony of that is that you weren't aware of it.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought I can't resist putting something. So I thought, we weren't aware of Diabetes Awareness Month, so that's on you. It was really funny. There was loads of people that were really angry about it. Yeah. I just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Good thing about annoying the diabetics is that is a problem that will very much solve itself. If you just leave it some time. I think you'll find the number of complaints dwindling.
Yeah. A lot of our fans got involved as well and started having a go at the diabetics, and it just became this war that was very fun to watch.
I wonder how many Scott Malkinson memes were posted.
Actually, no.
It's really funny that we're very relatively short amount of time into the lifespan of this podcast, but already there is a furious gang of spastics that will defend anything we do. Like, if you mildly complain about any of the things we deserve complaints for, good luck, because you are just dealing with every mong who has a fucking Spotify account and a Twitter.
I think if you've got diabetes, though, you need to chill the fuck out because it is funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Your body can't produce insulin. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, like if you're dying, a wham bar is the cure.
That's a funny thing.
Yeah.
That's.
I need 60 cc's of Demerara stat.
I always think that allergies in general are really funny.
Allergies are gay.
Because
if you're allergic, allergies are gay. They're really gay. If you're like,
don't know the name of this episode.
The gayest is hay fever. It's
fever.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got hay fever.
It's of course you have because you're gay. It's like, I'm allergic to the smell of flowers. You homo.
But I just think that, it's really funny that God would send a person down and go, do whatever you want, but no peanuts. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever you do, stay away from shellfish because you'll die instantly.
Well, because they're all gay, he goes, you can have these nuts, but not these nuts.
And good luck if you miss things that taste fishy.
Imagine the pressure of anywhere that you go, knowing that could be your last. That meal could kill you instantly if they haven't prepared it right.
Well, you do know that now with your current health.
Let's talk about my current health, shall we?
Yeah.
So, obviously, again, I've kept it really quiet, but I've got Legionnaires. I had Legionnaires. I don't like to speak about it.
Yeah. He's been very chill about it.
But they booked me in. when I had my Legionnaires, they scanned my heart and they were like, well, that's a lot bigger than usual. Yeah. And having spoken to him for 5 minutes, it's quite clear that it isn't full of love. Yeah. So
it's like basically like, when they try and like dig up a car park and they find a World War II bomb. Like that's basically, they were trying to build a new Debenhams and they just keep finding landmines.
Yeah, I got a sonogram and they found Richard III's remains.
I didn't know this king was deep fried.
Wait a minute, that's the Burger King. So right, they said your heart's a bit fucked. You got to take these tablets. And they didn't really tell me why or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think they just assumed you'd know. And, they didn't need to tell you why because you're a fat alcoholic.
So I had my cardiologist appointment yesterday. Yeah. And we did an ECG, which is where they put an electrical current through your heart and monitor the rates and shit. Mm-hmm. And he listened to my heart and stuff like that. It wasn't as gay as it sounded.
You were fine.
Yeah, you were gay.
Fat, gay, alky.
Weirdly, he didn't use stethoscopes. He just pushed his ear to my chest and then said hold me.
I just feel so safe.
Post-coitus.
Yeah. Do I do a prostate exam with my dick? So, anyway, right. He said, basically, you've got heart failure due to...
It's so bad. Heart failure at 35 is so insane.
Due to alcohol, basically.
Yeah.
Now,
and the rest.
Now, anyway.
It's very hard to pick out the singular cause of fucking up your heart.
Yeah. Now, anyway, here's the thing. When I say heart failure, you have to understand what that means, because people hear heart failure and they go, oh, your heart's failed, you're going to die. What it is that...
How did they come up with that conclusion?
Well, what it is, actually, is that your heart is operating in a suboptimal way to what it should be.
Oh, that's fine then.
Right. So it's not... You people hear heart failure and they think heart attack. And
it's not an F failure. It's like a C-.
It's right, yeah. So,
I like the Chinese whispers. I've already massively got around about this. I got a phone call yesterday from a comedian. Was like, I heard Freddy Quinne had a heart attack watching Paul Smith win a... Right.
What?
Right, so they said, yeah.
What?
I had a phone call that said, I heard Freddy Quinne had a heart attack watching Paul beat someone up. And I went, there's so many problems with that story. I was like, for a start, Paul got battered. Secondly, 1 minute, 16 seconds it was. Paul got battered. Freddy wasn't there. He hasn't had a heart attack. But apart from that, you're bang on.
But also, if I was there, I care so little about my friend's well-being.
No, but it sounds like it's not about his well-being, because in that story, Paul won. So it's like you were so excited by Paul winning the fight that your little fat heart just popped. So yeah, I corrected the record for you, don't worry. But that was from a comedian in Scotland, so it's got about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so right. So anyway, basically he said, you need to not drink ever again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's not, And he said,
what? That's not what?
So
it's like the doctor's telling you this. This isn't like a thing where you get to like add your own input.
Well, anyway, so I told him that I had already had a few drinks a couple of months in, and he was like, "What? Why?" And I was like, "Well, because," he said, I said, "No one told me that I could." They said, "Don't get smashed." They didn't say, "Don't have a drink." And he's looking at me.
They said, "Don't get smashed."
Yeah,
it's Preston Hospital. Right, off you go. Don't get smashed.
And he said, "No, you had a discharge letter that said don't drink alcohol." And I said, "I never got that letter." And he said, "Well, they wouldn't have let you out." And I was like, "Well, they fucking did." Anyway, right? So I said, "It's funny." I said, because I've been having. I said I had a glass of wine. I was fine. I had a beer or two. I was fine. I said, and then I had a bottle of wine, and I woke up. Do you remember me telling you about this a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
I woke up and my stomach was cramping, and I felt horrific. And then I did it again on Halloween, and I had another bottle of wine. And I woke up the next day, and I physically couldn't. I
imagine waking up feeling bad after drinking a bottle of wine.
No. This isn't. Well, for a start, if you get a hangover off a bottle of wine, you're a fucking puss.
But if you don't, you're an alcoholic.
You're gonna die off one.
Yeah,
but I was.
You've got doctors telling you can't drink. You fanny.
I was on the toilet for an hour because I physically couldn't get up. Yeah. I was
because you're very fat and lazy.
My stomach was just cramping.
Too heavy to stand up.
So I was telling
needed a winch.
I was telling him this about me having a secondary bottle of wine to confirm my initial suspicions. about this.
I just imagine this doctor's face just being like,
honestly.
Can you imagine, like, you spend all this time trying to help people, and you're just like, can you meet me halfway?
He looked at me.
For fuck's sake, you fat spacker.
He looked and treated me as though I was like a special needs person that goes, I keep putting my dick in a plug socket and it hurts. Like,
yeah.
That
is literally yeah.
So the thing
You're more of a spacker than that guy in that analogy because you've been to hospital.
Yeah. So the thing is, right, is what's happening now is he's basically said don't drink again for at least another 4 months. Give your heart like 6 months to recover.
You
right?
said 6 months. She said 6 to 12 initially.
Yeah, no,
this
but
goes down every time.
But
every time he says, "Oh, it's about 3 weeks."
But he's counting the 2. He's being nice. He's counting the 2.
He's doing time served.
Have you confirmed that?
Yeah, he's doing time served.
Have you confirmed that?
Yeah,
or are you
yeah.
assuming?
No, definitely.
And this isn't how health works, though. There isn't like everyone's 6 months is the same. It's not like you should count down 6 months and be like, 6 months now, bottle of vodka, I'll be absolutely fine.
Well, I'm trusting Dr. Ahmed. Anyway.
Dr. Ahmed said not to fucking drink, and by the sounds of it, Dr. Ahmed probably doesn't drink himself. He probably would give you that advice.
No, it's a cultural thing, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, right.
Yeah, you've got the culture of a fat alcoholic who's going to die.
I'm getting
a gay.
I'm getting booked in for another sonogram in 3 or 4 months.
Uh-huh.
And then they'll have a look at my heart again and see how or if it has recovered.
Well, you know they're not going to go, hey, you know what? It's a miracle. You're 100% recovered and you should go back to binge drinking every day, which isn't binge drinking. It's alcoholism. Like, you know you can't ever go back to how you were drinking before. So you don't know that, do you? And I knew you didn't know that. You've nearly died at 35. Do you think your heart's going to get better as you get older? Do you think that's going to, your heart health's going to improve?
Yes.
It may do if you completely stop drinking and completely devote yourself to fitness.
I think that you are underestimating the power of good vibes.
You don't have good vibes.
Yeah,
you're terrible vibes. You're the worst vibes of anyone I know. You're a very sarcastic, angry, grumpy, fat alky.
And that's changing from today.
Today, we're getting positive Freddy, is it?
You're getting good vibes Quinn.
Oh, good vibes Quinn, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to make...
Yeah, I think everyone in Israel and Palestine should just chill out, man.
Yeah. I think that's the end of the podcast.
No, it's fine. I will invite... I know Freddy well enough that I could invite, one person into this room that would instantly snap him. I know about 20 open spots and 50 other comedians I could bring into this room where he'd instantly be like, fuck off!
Within a minute.
Yeah.
Just invite Dr. Ahmed.
Yeah, I would actually. Can we get Dr. Ahmed on so I can actually get could we speak to him so we can get the actual report of what the news is?
Judging by how long I had to fucking wait, he's very busy. Mm-hmm. He's a very busy man.
But this is a podcast. He'll get so many more followers.
There was.
I don't imagine you're top of his priority list as well. When someone who has clearly treated themselves with this much disdain,
you're
not the one that you're going to treat first, is it? It's not a wise investment. It's like giving George Best another liver.
I was in the waiting room for 3/4 of an hour. And in that time, I only saw people who were over 80 all waiting in. Oh, over 70, I'd say at least.
Mm-hmm. How many bottles of wine did you get for it?
I'm going to miss it so much. Like all joking aside, I fucking love drinking. Yeah. I don't even care if it kills me. I love drinking. I
that's
love
alcoholism. Yeah.
No, it's not alcoholism.
No, it literally is. The very definition of addiction is continuing to do something despite it harming you.
No, but
that's
not the definition.
That is the dictionary definition of addiction. Is like continuing to repeat behaviours that cause you harm is addiction.
No, because the thing is
because if you continue,
part of addiction is that you can't stop, and I've stopped 2 months easily.
Characterized by compulsive compulsive drug seeking and use despite adverse consequences. Alcohol is a drug that you are continuing to seek and use despite adverse consequences, including being fat and dying.
Do you know what I thought as well? Do you know what I thought as well is I mean, I was going to say, well, this really came out of nowhere. But
what you want?
But then I remembered all the times that I'd speak to you about waking up in the middle of the night screaming with chest pain.
It's recorded weekly.
We have like 200 episodes of me going, hey, you know you're eating and drinking too much. You might want to try some exercise or you're going to die. I think I've literally, how many times have I said he's not making it to 40? If I'd put money on it, I'd be getting such a fucking cash out offer right now. I'd be getting a real tempter from Paddy Power.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the home team's had a red card, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm holding the line, though. I'm keeping this in. I'm letting it ride.
All those times when I thought it was heartburn waking me up in the middle of the night.
No.
It's heart failure.
Heart failure. I kept telling you that isn't normal for a man in his 30s to be waking up in screaming agony every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. See, the problem is...
Who'd have known, eh? Who'd have
Look,
thought?
right, I did the same. I loved booze so much that I ruined it for myself and I can't do it anymore. You've done the fucking same. It's like not a thing you can hit that hard indefinitely. It just fucking kills you. It's poison.
Look at all the subtle symbols. There's a big skull there that says dead men talking. You've got a skull and crossbone on your chest.
Well,
you're gonna die.
Yeah, we're drinking liquid death.
This is called foreshadowing.
It's a very big foreshadow.
We'll just...
It's more for eclipse with him.
We'll give it 6 months.
Yeah.
Heart will be back to normal.
Just like, rather than putting a time on it...
And I'm going to get fucking shit faced.
Rather than put a time on it, just take a break.
I have done for 2 fucking months.
Yeah. You need a lot longer one, don't you? Because you nearly died.
I mean...
You nearly died. And, like, the problem is, when you come back to drink it out, if you do, I know you'll think, like, oh, hey, it's cool to rock and roll. Everyone's just going to be like, oh... It's going to be really sad.
You know,
everyone will just think it's sad.
You know what's really funny, though, as well?
Fat and sad and gay.
It's quite impressive.
I mean, it is. Look, don't get me wrong. I texted him the other day saying it is quite an impressive feat of alcoholism. In order to look, game recognised game. to manage to like destroy your heart at 35 is fucking good going. Like,
I think it's quite funny that we did an advert for Beer 52 last week, and now the 2%ers can't drink alcohol.
I know. Yeah. 2 fucking alkies going, drink beer.
I need a
drink beer and you'll be like us.
Yeah.
That might be your last ever drink.
Honestly, I'd have wine just to counteract that. I'd take the risk. I'm honestly, I can't think of much sadder than, like a cold December day and a nice, lovely pub with a roaring fucking, fire and, beautiful selection of cask ales. Walking up and going, can I have a lemonade, please?
But this isn't how you drink. You would sit in front of fucking, like, Married at First Sight and tan 2 bottles of wine. You're really over-romanticising your alcoholism. You're making out like you're getting little snifters going, oh, what have you got in today? What is the guest ale, good sir?
Enjoying cultural conversations with all the locals.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas you're not in the salons of Prague. You were sat in your home, honestly, tanning 2 bottles of Echo Falls and a 4-pack of Smooth.
Talking to myself and going, she doesn't even like him.
Yeah, exactly. Sat by yourself in your living room, hammered. It wasn't this glamorous, fun thing that you're making out.
Going, look at her arm.
Look at her dick.
But look, that's the thing. I totally get that, and I totally look. There are times where I miss it like that. There are loads of amazing alternatives now, though. Like Guinness Zero is class. I fucking love it. There's loads of really good alternatives, and what you need, Freddie, is to get into drugs.
I really do because I need now. I'll
make you some.
Not all.
I'll make you some can of butter this week. I'll make you some butter.
Okay,
not all drugs.
No, not cocaine.
Not cocaine.
None of the uppers, I'm afraid, you can do. But psychedelics are all available to you.
Weeds don't want to do psychedelics. I've told you this before.
Yeah,
so I have.
Pussy.
No, I have
a fucking pussy.
I have a long-held fear that I was molested as a child and forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take fucking psychedelics.
Do you reckon you were molested by a Battenberg? Someone put an angel slice up your ass.
How desperate was this paedophile? How low self-esteem has this paedophile got?
Yeah, I think pedos could do better.
Rather like a dog.
So,
do you reckon that's why people do shag animals? Is just because all the kids around there are really ugly?
Yeah. Just that they live around Preston and it's all fat kids who look like him.
So I need a new vice.
Yeah.
I need stuff that chills me.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't smoke weed.
No, but you can, like, for now, until your lungs are better, edibles are your way to go. A little bit of can of butter I'll make you a nice batch of butter, then you can just have that on little bits of stuff.
Okay.
That's a good, like, way in. But you need something, definitely, I agree. You can't bear back life. It's horrible.
Aspirin, maybe?
Yeah.
I used to do, like, a lot of, like, the tramadol and shit like that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good avenue for you.
Yeah.
I don't think we need things that make you lazier.
Also as well, so here's another thing. So I have low blood pressure.
Right.
So I can't really be taking anything that chills me too much.
Right. Yeah, maybe just be sober. I think you've just broken yourself.
Well, I know you're not going to like this now, but exercise.
My blood pressure's on the lower end.
That is,
do you know my
Do you see how we just ignored that?
Exercise is the one. It'll make you healthier, and it'll make you feel
but
good.
I can't really exercise that much because my lungs are full.
No, but you can do a bit. Slow. You just got to start slow.
My
go on the little bike where you sit up.
So here's the thing as well.
You can sort yourself out.
You know what my resting pulse rate is?
I don't know if it's.
Let's guess.
I can't decide if it's going to be really high or really low because his heart's fucked, but like he's also like really unhealthy in every way. Because also, actually, this is a thing that definitely contributed. You're 5 litres of coffee every fucking day.
Yeah, well,
you treat your heart like a scrapyard dog. You really kicked fuck out of it every day, didn't you?
I think your heart rate's going to be really high. I think it's going to be like 75.
That's not really high.
Well, 60 is normal.
No, it's not. 60 to 100 is normal.
Heart rate?
Yeah, Google it.
Mine's 52. So the heart rate, it should be about 60.
I don't know what your heart rate should be. Put fat gay male.
Good.
Yeah.
It's 62 to 65.
Yeah.
Above average, 66, 70. Oh, average, 70, yeah.
Yeah, below average, 75 to 81. So, yeah, 100's fucked, mate.
Yeah.
It's 3 more rows, so just click the 3 more rows. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go with...
Core is 80 plus.
I'm going to go with 140.
Okay.
I think you'd be dead on 140.
It's 62.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, that's
Look
all right.
at me, Captain Chill.
Yeah.
It's just all them good vibes, baby.
I just want to see you.
That's excellent.
That is bullshit, though. Like, whilst you're getting that test, I just want to be in front of you, showing you like comedians' Instagram reels.
You want to
watching people do bad crowd work.
Show me who's got Apollo this year.
Yeah. Just watch him go. Da.
Yeah.
It says 300.
Mate, I'm.
But like, you are making little changes. Like, you had a little packet of mango earlier. I saw you put a breakfast up the other day. We had some like muesli with like fruit and stuff. This is like genuinely really good. It's like, you should be applauded for that. It's amazing.
Weirdly, I've kept the weight off quite easily.
Yeah.
So the last time I weighed myself was a couple of days ago, and I was 16 and a half, which is pretty much
tons.
What? Sorry.
Tons.
Yeah.
Metric tons?
Yeah, I had to get off the scales because they needed to let the trucks in, apparently.
Yeah. Or do you measure it in like blue whales? Like, like measure distance in football pitches?
Small umbrellas.
Small patio umbrellas.
What a callback that is to what I think is a Patreon episode anyway. So if you want to get that joke, it's going to cost you £3 a month.
Or
a free trial.
I watched it this morning. It reminded me.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Deadmen Talk Pod. Thank you. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. But I really need advice. I need advice.
So it was really funny. You came in with your little Tropicana before, and he just goes, I've got addicted to juice.
All right, no, not juice, orange juice.
Yeah.
What I found is there's a booths near me. Do you have booths?
It's Northern Waitrose.
Northern Waitrose.
We don't have a booze near us.
There's a booths near me. I can never really go
Man of the people, Freddy Quinne.
I can never really go in it apart from
Quite
if I'm getting
door.
something really nice. Do you know what I mean? If I'm treating myself. But they do freshly pressed orange juice, and you can squeeze it yourself. They've got a machine. So I am...
That image of him like...
Yes. I like that he's replaced booze with booths.
I'm drinking it by the litre.
Mate, the amount of money you save on alcohol, you could do your weekly shop at Booths. Honestly, the amount you save is wild. Get your weekly shop at Booths. Treat yourself, mate.
A lot of sugar in orange juice, though.
Well, this is very much my point. He thinks he's being dead healthy. He's found the least healthy way to consume fruit that there is on Earth. Orange juice is as sugary as Coke. It's like crazy sugary.
Yeah,
you're going to be in his fucking comments complaining before long.
Have you learned nothing from Diabetes Awareness Month?
Yeah. It's amazing, though, I managed to be able to type with all those thumbs I'd lost. But yeah, like, he's the fattest way to consume fruit.
Good.
But, you know, it's better than what you were doing before. We've got to take baby steps, innit, you know?
Eat an apple every day.
Yeah. He's going to need more than that to keep doctors away from him.
Yeah, I'm worried about being bored.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. You got to, like, that was difficult, like, definitely at first when I, like, gave up boozing. Like, that's the thing you got to replace.
You've said on many occasions I'm a very stressed man.
Yeah.
And I like to be able to have vices that I can just fucking
it's not quite how I'd phrase it. It's like you have an inability to sit with your own thoughts. You are constantly running from your brain.
Oh no, I disagree with that actually. Sometimes
you're always doing something. You're always working. You're always boozing. You're always something. You're always just like, don't think, do.
No, I sit in the car for hours sometimes, just crying.
Come dribbling at Uranus because he's gay. Yet another grinder meat let down. But all right, fair enough. But yeah, like you are like
this guy lasted longer than Paul did in the cage.
But no, you do need something to like chill you out. Like I'm definitely like that. I can't like bareback life. Like if I'm just like completely sober and like nothing going on, my brain just like fucking overfires. That's when it's like bad shit. That's why weed's really good for me. It's the thing that's right. It just levels me out enough. Doesn't like affect me in a bad way. I still go about my day, all good.
Do you know what?
You need to find something.
Do you know what worked when I was smoking?
Yeah.
Chess.
Right.
So what I would do is I read somewhere that an addiction only lasts 3 minutes. And as long as you can get over that 3 minutes, then a craving, sorry, I should say, lasts 3 minutes. As long as you can get over that.
It's about how long I last with his mum.
It's mental and twice as long as Paul lasted. So what I do is I download a chess app and solve some chess puzzles. Yeah. And I got back into my chess again.
I've been playing chess recently online.
Oh, you
have you?
Boring cunt.
I used to play it loads, particularly when I was dead high. It's the best.
I've had to stop it because of getting, like I used to be addicted to Scrabble.
Yeah.
I'm getting addicted to chess now, and I've had to turn it up a thing.
How addicted are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
With chess, not yet, but
is it going to blow your heart up? That's the top scale of addiction.
No, like there was a few weeks ago where I played it for like 3 hours, just kept on. I just couldn't stop.
I
thought this is going to get like the Scrabble was.
If I got like that, I'd start drinking again.
Do you know what it means to fianchetto your bishop?
No, I do a folk.
You've got plenty of time to go. Yeah.
No, I just like.
How about you fianchetto your bishop? Fucking homo.
It's when you push your pawn.
Oh, I don't care. This is so boring. Can we get back to talking about you being a fat dead spastic?
I just like playing it. I don't want to get better at it.
Oh, you see, I'm like, I have to know everything about it.
Oh no, not like that.
Yeah, between this and the booze, it's a toss-up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dead or dead boring. Those are the choices with
That
Quinn.
really is the choice that everyone
faces. That is life. Yeah, that's life. That is life. Yeah, you can't just like do what you want when you want forever with no consequences. Obviously, like that's just not how anything works.
I also wish
you got to like make the balance. But like honestly, like like it's hard because I never want to be like particularly like preachy about giving up drinking. I think it's really off-putting, And like when I drank, I fucking hated it when people were. But it is also the best thing I've ever done in my entire life, and it's hard not to like evangelize for that because it's great.
Think what's really frustrating about addiction is that you can't pick the thing that you're going to be addicted to next. Because it would be really, really helpful for me if I went, do you know what? I'm going to get addicted to writing more. I'd be able to
jogging and salad would be a great thing for you to be addicted to.
You know what I mean? Come through to comedy. But
it's not like
cucumber. It's not like I'm going to do chess and orange juice. It's pointless. Fucking pointless shit. Because even if I get great at chess, I'll never become a grandmaster. And even if I drink a litre of orange juice a day, I'll never be...
You'll become diabetic.
I'll never be the man that's drunk the most orange juice.
Why would you want to?
That's not a thing you want to be. That's like those people who drank so much Sunny Delight they went orange. It's like you'd be one of those. But yeah, you don't need to be the man who drinks the most orange juice. I would say that's a really bad thing to be. Maybe be a man who drinks a little bit of orange juice.
The man who likes orange juice.
That's nice. Yeah.
When is that an orange juice podcast?
But like, no, you are right.
I reckon we'll be able to rope Jamie up to that the fucking podcast slag.
But like, I was the same.
Actually, there's nobody who looks like they've drunk less orange juice than Jamie.
Yeah, these two doing a podcast about fruit juice.
I think maybe.
What the fuck are you on about?
Maybe Tango.
Oh God.
But no, I'm the same because I've got like a mad addictive personality, and like it just fires off into everything. And like like there's certain computer games I can't play because I'll get addicted to them and shit like that. It can be anything I'll latch onto.
I'm like a football manager. I don't play football manager.
I've tried so hard to get addicted to computer games. It just why am I doing jobs for fucking people? Do you know what I mean?
That's why
I don't do jobs for people that exist.
That was his review of Red Dead Redemption. He was like, "Oh, it's boring. You just got to go do things for people." It's like fucking hell.
We hope you're enjoying Dead Men Talking, and if you are, why not become a Patreon?
You tight bastard. Give us £3.
You can sign up at patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod, and for that, you get an extra episode every single week. You get access to specials, and you get to help support the podcast in a way that will make it a long-term thing, because without the Patreons, we couldn't afford to keep doing this. So,
and we're definitely going to get in a lot of trouble at some point, and having like a built-in audience that aren't going anywhere that are subscribing really will protect us.
Lawyers ain't cheap, bro. So look, if you are enjoying it, you can actually head over to patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod right now and sign up for a 7-day free trial. And for that, you'll get access to everything, so you can check out if it's for you before paying.
Yeah, don't go for a free membership, by the way. That's not the same thing. Free trial, and then you get access to absolutely everything on the Patreon. And if you're just dead skint or cheap, just try and watch everything in a week. Good luck. There's too much stuff. And here's a sample of the sort of thing we're getting up to on Patreon.
This one's called Dog Wank.
Right.
Rumour for you boys. Back in high school, there was a lad called Ryan. Sounds true so far. Legend was that he wanked off a dog to completion for 2 cigs.
From the dog?
I'll give you a couple of Bensons. My lipstick needs a rub.
I need to quit anyway.
Upon completion, he never received the cigs, and everyone called him a dog wanker for the rest of his school years. For context, the dog belonged to one of those noncy chavs that hangs around schools. It was at break time, behind the Astro pitches, and there was allegedly a video of it too.
Now, the video bit is where I cast doubt upon this, because I reckon if there was a video, every cunt within a 9-mile radius would have seen it.
Yeah.
He would have seen it.
Can I take this point to say that I have my own trauma going back to my time at school when there
Did you wank off a dog?
No. There was a boy
you sucked it
who
off.
I went to school with.
You sucked off a dog?
There was a guy I went to school with
who had a dog that you sucked off.
Whose name was
Freddy.
Do you know what? Fuck it.
Freddy Quinne, the dog sucker.
Fuck it. Christopher
Dog
Gallagher.
Nosh. It was Dog Nosher.
Christopher Gallagher.
Christopher Gallagher.
Yeah.
And
you sucked off Christopher Gallagher's dog.
He licked
The dog fucked you? The dog fucked you up the arse?
He licked up.
Got shagged up the bum by a dog? Sorry, I thought we were doing guessing games.
6.
Yes.
He licked up some period blood.
Yeah. Spat it into your mouth.
Off a trailer for a cigarette.
Yeah. Off a trailer? What do you mean?
Like behind a car?
Yeah, like a
advert for a film? What, off like a wagon trailer?
Yeah,
Whose period blood?
A friend of ours.
Right. And why was she sat in this trailer? Why were you parading a woman through the streets? Was this like in the little village you're from, when a woman gets her period, you just put her on a trailer and drive her around so the menfolk can throw turnips
It sounds like you live in the deep south.
We all shout shame.
Yeah, shame. Throwing spuds.
So we used to hang out in this sort of abandoned building site thing. There was a trailer there, and we'd jump in the trailer.
Right, you'll jump to the trailer. She went, "Oh, I've blobbed everywhere."
Yeah,
but in a Prestonian accent.
And he licked it up for a cigarette.
Right,
Christopher Gallagher.
I don't think he wanted that cigarette. I think he was like, "Oh no,
didn't even smoke." That was his first cigarette.
Yeah, it's like, if you give me a fag, I'll lick this up.
And the girl was called Nicola.
Just leave it there. These are real people.
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
So I made her cut herself once. I don't know if I told you about this.
I think you might have done, yeah. What is it with her and her blood? Keep it to yourself, love.
Why are you degrading all your friends?
I'm not.
This isn't
degrading
a
her.
friend. A friend is not someone you make cut themselves and then bleed on a trailer.
No,
so
I didn't make her cut
up.
herself. She showed me that she cut herself. I was pretty pissed. And I was counting the thingies, and there was 19. I said you could have at least got to 20. And then she went in the room and cut herself. I was like, whoops.
Did she do it like every fifth one she goes across? Like across the gate?
No, honestly, it was like
slapdash.
Proper
amateur hour.
Proper teenage girl cutting, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, all right. Well, cool.
So what does that have to do with this?
Yeah, that was, there was this guy wanked off a dog.
I don't think he did wank off a dog.
I don't know, right? My mate at school accidentally wanked off his dog while we were hanging out.
Sorry, what?
So we were all stoned around his house. We used to get he had a nice house. We don't go around and get stoned because he had hippie parents. We're like,
I'd rather them do it.
I'd rather you do it
here.
here, so I know what you're doing. They were them. They were totally them, right? His mum had a really realistic oil painting of her topless above her bed. So obviously, whenever we'd be around, we'd be like, she mum's tits.
Yeah.
So he was trying to have a wank and he accidentally wanked off the dog.
So I was just doing this. I thought it was me. No, we were all just high as fuck. And his dog was rolling around on his back and he was just rubbing his belly. And he's like, and it just jizzed right across the back of his hand. And look, people often will say, that's the funniest thing I've seen in my life. I cannot laugh harder ever than I did then.
Yeah.
Being a stoned 13-year-old watching your mate get cummed on by a dog, there's nothing can be funnier.
I'd honestly shit my pants.
I was that sort of laughing where it's like, you can't breathe.
What was your mate doing?
He was just licking it.
He went outside for 2 cigarettes.
Right, here's another thing as well. Now, this is sort of off topic, but I need to get this out of my system. I need to have a little moan. What the fuck has become of people vaping indoors? How has that suddenly become a thing over the last couple of months that I have to deal with? Every single person,
it's not new.
Every comic that I've worked with over the last 2 weeks now, at least one of them on each show has been vaping indoors in my face. And I love you all, but when does fucking politeness not come into play? Do you know what I mean? I feel so weird asking people to stop blowing smoke in the green room.
Old Grandpa Quinn.
No, but it genuinely affects my lungs.
I know what you
mean. And I've had people, you know what I mean, because you've only got one, haven't you? But like,
I've got 2 lungs.
He's only got one lung.
Also, when I'm pissed, I do vape inside because I'm an idiot.
But I'm sat doing a gig and I'm watching people, and they're just fucking chonging vape. Oh, mate. And it genuinely, that makes me cough and get out of breath now.
Yeah. So, any comedians watching, please do that in every green room you're in with Freddy.
I don't know how to politely ask people.
What do you mean?
Can you not vape in front of me?
What do you mean? You don't know how to ask? You go, oh, sorry, I've got a lung condition. Would you mind not doing that? Say that.
And then most people would say, oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, shit, sorry. You go, oh, sorry, because I'm allergic. Just go, everyone knows about you being in the bubble.
Yeah, say, normally I wouldn't be asked.
Yeah. There was somebody, I'll not mention
just shout a racial slur at them. That'll get rid of them.
They're all white.
Doesn't matter. Throw it at me, really confuse them.
They're, so.
Keep them guessing.
There was one person, and they were telling me about hospital whilst vaping and just blowing the smoke out in front of me. Like, yeah, you were in hospital recently, weren't you? And I was like, yeah, with a lung problem. They're like, yeah, but pretty bad that. And I'm like,
so many comedians are autistic. Just fucking tell them, just
yeah,
stop being a little pussy.
I feel bad about telling them.
Why?
Like, it's all people that I like
fanny.
as well.
Yeah, but you're being a fanny. Like, people you like will just go, oh, yeah, shit, sorry, mate.
Yeah, because they might like you.
Yeah,
I just...
Well, it's not going to be that, is it, Tom? That's not going to be the thing that happens.
Maybe they're trying to,
I told you about the gig a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? 100%. When I told you about the gig a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? Where there was 3 lads in the front vaping, passing a vape to each other, and just blowing smoke onto the stage.
Yeah. Smoke on a stage.
And I want you to be like,
unbelievable.
What are you fucking doing?
They're vaping.
Put your vape away, you fucking... Do you know what? I'm bringing back the word
That was a wild leap. Was that a segue?
It was when
I knew it had come to this.
It was when you said racial slurs. Yeah. It's given me an idea. It's got nothing to do with homosexuality, nothing to do with being gay, LGBT. I'm not bothered. You live your life how you want to live it, as long as you don't fucking vape.
Yeah. I've been watching the Jewel documentary.
By the way, bleep that out, please, editor.
Yeah, well, obviously, that's on our list of words that always get bleeped, which is a very short list. But
keep the first letter so everyone knows.
Everyone knows. It's fine. But do
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, oh, you're vaping because you don't want a fag. And then I'm going to go, let that to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people's going to be like, Freddy's weird. Yeah, because you keep vaping in my fucking face.
I think asking them politely.
Just ask. I'd try that first.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, that Joel documentary is actually quite good.
I've watched it.
My favourite bit of it was finding out that this bit like blew me mind. I thought it was well smart, but like I'd got with this. The tobacco industry, when they used to like deliberately make corny anti-smoking ads for teenagers, so teenagers would rebel against them.
Oh, really?
So they deliberately make ones where like smoking's for losers, and then kids would be like, "Fuck off, I'm going to smoke." Because they'd go into schools and do these presentations, going, "Hey, don't smoke," being all lame. You shouldn't smoke. And kids go, smoking, eh? It just puts the idea of smoking in their head. I definitely got with that shit because I was definitely like that sort of teenager who was like, the man can't tell me what to do. I'm going to buy this product off this massive multinational corporation that's going to addict me for life. And that'll show him.
I mean, genuinely, that is such a smart idea.
It's amazing, isn't it? I was watching it high as fuck, like, whoa.
People always have a go at the tobacco industry, but they
not for their lack of efficacy though.
No,
not for like not being good at their job.
No, but they are
People
great.
know that they're amazing. That's the problem.
It's very much the at least Hitler made the trains run on time, isn't it? Like at least they are good at what they do.
Oh God, like no one's knocking their ability to market. Like like they're quite.
It's actually
good
quite
at
amazing that if you if cigarettes were invented today and you were in charge of marketing it and you went, these things fucking stink, they taste horrible, and they'll kill you. Right, go.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck off.
Also, by the way, just a little bit of rebranding. We're calling them fags.
There's got to be a giant picture of a dead baby on every packet. Go, sell billions. Yeah, it's genius how they do it.
Have you seen the film Thank You for Smoking?
No.
It's all about that, and it's basically the guy who's doing the PR for smoking like the 90s and stuff, and he just made every film have cigs in it, and then everyone would be watching films and just think, I'm going to go and smoke now.
There were so many,
I'd always be like, when I was a smoker, I'd watch people smoking in a film. If I was sat in the cinema, I'd be like...
And they always do it so satisfyingly as well, don't they?
Yeah, it's always after sex.
And the little curl of smoke just coming off it. Like, ooh.
Yeah. You never get a guy like... or a guy outside trying to get his lighter to work.
That's it. They should show the scene of it being a cold winter's morning. You wake up and you got to spend 10 minutes coughing up black phlegm.
Oh, remember that. I don't miss that.
I don't miss that at all.
I don't miss that at all.
Horrific.
You used to cough up and it used to...
I cough things up that would bounce. It was like they were that dense.
Bounce back in, you have to cough them again.
Yeah, I was like spitting up flubber.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, man, like racist flubber. Still on the basketball scene.
I just thought of so many puns that I didn't say. I thought of like 5 where I'm like, nope.
Oh my God.
Yeah, smoking is bad. Nobody should do it.
Yeah, it does look cool though. That's the problem. But yeah, it's like weird.
I don't think
now.
it does anymore. I think now there's so few smokers around. Now when you see someone smoking, you go, fucking hell, they're smoking.
It does. It is weird, isn't it? It feels like a weird, like, retro thing now to see someone with an actual fag.
Yeah, you're like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Do you reckon we'll ever get to that point with, like, McDonald's and shit?
You should.
Like, no, just like as a society. Like in 21...
I think we'll get to that point with meat.
Yeah, I genuinely do think that. And like, but I think there'll be like lab-grown meat because I don't think people are going to give up eating meat because it's fucking great. Like I get it. But I do think there will be a massive stigma against like actual animal meat. And like the definitely the meat industry now will be the thing that in 200 years people will be like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Nah.
It's industrial scale like torture of animals. It's insane, the meat industry. Like the way it's run is bleak. And like in future people will go, fuck, that was barbaric.
And it's only going that way. There's more and more vegans.
Proper do not care, mate.
Yeah.
Proper don't
Deal
care.
with one thing at a time with you. I'm not trying to convert you to vegetarianism right now. I'm trying to convert you to an occasional vegetable, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to go the whole way, right? I reckon you eating some lean white meat might not be the worst thing in the world.
I had a little bit of veg yesterday, so you can shut your fucking whore mouth.
Oh, wow. He had some veg yesterday. Well then.
Breaded mushrooms, was it?
Onion rings. So, yeah, Funyuns don't count as one of your 5 a day. What did you have?
Some pan-fried carrots.
Yeah.
So I had like some corn-fed chicken.
So that was all the veg you had yesterday?
Like 3, yeah.
You had 3 pan-fried baby carrots?
Yeah. Not baby carrots, like Chantilly carrots.
Right, a small carrot.
Yeah.
She had 3 small carrots all day.
And I've had fucking mango today. What's wrong with you, Chill?
And you had a packet of dried mango.
And also as well,
the next day.
The next day.
We'll go and have
it's
a nap.
It's 5 every day.
Nah.
Like in a day.
We've talked about this before. It's
I know,
stupid.
and you have never done it.
It's stupid. I don't think I ever have done it.
Yeah. Is there an amount of...
I had a brief but fleeting affair with peas.
Affair?
But what they
Come
were
here,
was,
you little beauties.
but they had to be uncorked, and I had to get them out of the pod
Oh, I
myself.
love that. My granddad, my great uncle used to grow them in his garden.
Yeah.
Fresh peas out of the pod are an amazing.
And
treat.
then then British people cook them. They taste disgusting.
They boil them to fuck, they ruin them. But
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
saute, bit of butter, fucking let's go.
Hey, look, this sweet little pea here. How's best to cook it? For about 6 hours on the highest heat known to man until it absolutely folds under questioning.
You know, you don't have to do that.
I know, but that's what British people
I know,
do.
but you could just cook them in a different way.
Yeah, well, that's like the bloody foreigners win, isn't it?
Right, because obviously we're filming today. We're filming finally the beans for 2,000 patrons. Is there an amount, say, where you might stick to 5 a day for, like, say, a month? That'd be a fun challenge? Maybe you could do that.
I don't think it'd be physically possible.
What do you mean?
Because it's physically possible.
It's not physically possible to eat fruit. The fuck is... What are you on about? Like, how about, like, look, I'd even take care of the admin, so fruit and veg would be arriving at your house.
Well, then it's impossible.
I mean, Tom, what I mean is, I'm going to get one of the staff to sort it.
You mean you're going to get me to do it?
I'm going to get Tom to sort it. But, like, look, right, these are details.
I can't believe you said that with confidence. I'll even take care of the admin.
No, but, like...
shit, well, now we're playing to Rob's strengths.
Yeah. But you know what I'm like? I either do things not at all or way too much. So I'll, like, get way into this and you will not be able to move for fruit
what'll
in your
happen
house.
is in about 6 months' time, you'll send me a singular pea, but it'll be the greatest, most beautifully decorated pea anyone's ever seen. Yeah. But it'll be 6 months too late after we've needed it.
I mean, you mean like the beans forfeit that we passed the milestone 6 months ago?
So, to be fair...
That's not me. I'm the one who's been making this fucking happen.
To be fair with the beans thing, we were originally putting it off because we were going to go down to Captain Beanie Boy's fucking
Then you
palace.
didn't want to do that, so that was your fault.
And I didn't want to do that, and then we were going to do it next month, and then I got fucking
Legionnaires your fault again.
and couldn't breathe, so we
His
thought,
fault.
best not kill Freddy with a tin of Branston's beans.
I didn't think that, but, you know.
And so now that I'm recovered enough to eat a different bit of food that I don't like.
Are beans vegetables?
They're pulses.
They're a legume, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and it'll be on Patreon for the patrons.
Yeah.
It's Patreon only, unfortunately, and I know you're probably thinking to yourself,
might tweet it, to be fair. Probably just tweet it as well.
Yeah, but the patrons made it happen, so the patrons should get to watch it.
The patrons will get it first.
Like, if you're somebody who's like, I'm a fan of Dead Men Talking, and I think I should get a say of whether or not they change the intros, but you don't pay for Patreon, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. If you pay, you get a say.
How many patrons for you to eat 5 a day for a month? 5 a day for a month, I think, is very achievable, and I think it'd be interesting as an experiment.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm genuinely like fascinated to see what could happen.
What are we on? 2.5 now.
Yeah,
I'll do it at 3.5.
fucking great. Booked in 3,500.
That is how you make a bet properly.
That is it. You fucking fanny going. Actually, it needs to be 90,000 by the end of this week.
Deal.
Yeah. Spaz. I actually thought of what my one could be, you know, because like we were trying to work out something that I'd absolutely hate that I can do at a certain.
But then you wouldn't agree to do anything.
Well, no, because there was nothing that would actually be like interesting, you know, because like
you're a massive pussy.
No, because like
what are you afraid of?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I've worked out.
So
the
what
thing.
are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of injections, particularly blood transfusions. So I could give blood. That is a thing I could do. That would be the worst day of my life. Like we could do that. It's like
that's not equivalent to drinking cum.
Yes.
Do you reckon they give you a little badge? Do you reckon they give you a little sticker at the end?
Give blood every month. It's fine.
It's worse than fucking eating beans. The problem with the cum thing is, Tom, you're the dumb cunt who suggested drinking cum. So you made the cummy back for yourself.
I can't believe that at 5,000 you're going to drink cum.
Yeah.
And then at 6,000 you're going to give blood.
Yeah.
Unless you give all of your blood, this is not the same.
Yeah, but he's eating beans.
You've got to give a dangerous
beans are
amount of blood.
lovely. And then he's getting fresh fruit and veg delivered for a month. What a treat.
All right, negotiate. You've got to give a dangerous amount of blood. And then, but then in return, you've got to get a random person's blood.
How about, right, I give blood, but then I've got to do some stuff that is hard to do with less blood. Oh, so I've got to do dizzy challenges.
You've got to drive home.
I'll just do I'll spin round a load of times. I'll do something that is going to fuck. I'll eat an edible straight afterwards, so I'm fucked off it and shit. I don't know.
You got to give a pint of blood, and then you got to drink the pint of blood.
That's not giving the blood, then, is it?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. You got to drink it in front of a dying child.
Right.
What? This guy leukemia.
Yeah.
It just needs 1 pint of blood.
Coming stone cold, smash two together.
like Triple H drinking.
That's how you do that. 6,000 patrons, baby.
Deal.
Should we have a look at some of the stuff that I've sent?
Yeah.
Now, we were doing a tattoo, worst tattoos, weren't we?
Oh, we've got a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, we've got some tattoos.
Well,
we've also worst shit is still running, isn't it? We haven't done the award ceremony for worst shit yet. So they will do that at the end of the year. So still send in your worst shits, also your worst tattoos. That's to the email address, isn't it, Tom? What's the email?
deadmentalkpod@gmail.com.
Send them there.
Well, I actually found one of the worst tattoos I think I've ever seen on Twitter. If you can beat this, I'll be amazed.
I think I may have been sent this as well. I hope so, anyway. Yeah, this is the one.
Can you describe what you see there?
I'm seeing a brilliant tattoo, is what I'm saying there.
Oh, you're seeing a new idea for a back piece. That's what you're seeing.
It's a
Rob's mum.
It's a lady E.T. fingering its bumhole.
The seductive look is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so good.
Yeah. I don't think it could possibly come close to being the worst tattoo.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's relatively well applied. The drawing is anatomically correct.
It's funny.
It's funny.
They fucked up with
very sexy.
It's not. It's horrible.
It's very, very sexy. I think it's very funny. Yeah.
I mean, that's so far one of the best tattoos.
One of the better tattoos we've been.
Because my problem with tattoos is I would want something that's funny that never stops being funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd take a very long time for that to stop being funny.
Yeah, the thing is, people always say that about funny tattoos. Oh, that'll stop being funny. Nah, because you're always showing new people and they laugh every time. It's a constant delight. Yeah. I love whipping out my little rubber chicken. It makes people laugh every time.
Who?
Yeah, people are because obviously it's retarded to have that on your arm, so it makes people laugh.
Yeah. I'm gonna get one of Smith getting knocked out.
I'm gonna get this ET one, but with Jake Quickenden's face.
I'm going to get that ET, but in the bubble.
I got some other stuff for you.
Do you want to look at the other tattoos first?
Yeah,
go on. Well, show us a couple. We won't do loads, but we'll have.
Let's just pick someone at random.
Yeah.
No, we'll go in order, so then they're in.
All right, okay.
We got Carl Moss here.
All right, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Oh, it's a very bad Man United.
Oh, boo. Football club badges are always a dodgy one, right? Because firstly, you look like scum for having one.
Yeah.
Secondly, they're very hard to do because they're often very technical and very recognisable down to tiny details.
Look at the ball. Look at the ball marks.
The balls are insane.
Also, they often change as well.
Yeah.
Every 10 years.
That doesn't matter if you've got a retro one, that's still cool. A lot of Leeds fans have the old 70s.
Do you know actually?
That is just really badly done.
Do you know who actually did this tattoo?
Yeah.
It was the lead designer for Pro Evolution Soccer.
Was it right? I think it was actually Paul Scholes' daughter with her foot.
If it was the Pro Evo guy, they'd be called Man Reds.
Yeah.
Man Reds.
It looks like Mason Greenwood's punched it in. That is fucking horrific. And you do get double points for the fact it's a Man U badge. So, yeah, fair play. That is a genuine contender. That was fucking awful. Yeah. Not only do you look like scum for that, but you're scum for reasons. There you go. Tattoo fixers. That was your one.
This is Carl Madison, who got the dick tattoo on his leg. He reckons that he wasn't the guy who came on Judge Rinden. He's a different guy, and he did get that tattoo.
Interesting.
Wow.
Still claims it's real.
Well, we'll do more verification on Carl Madison. Fair enough.
Two more? What more do you want? He sent 2 different dick pics. Oh, what's this?
Mike Hume, his mate got home and decided to remove a tattoo himself.
Oh,
no, why? What's the tattoo? Can we see the tattoo before we do it?
I think that's the tattoo.
Right, so
face.
so they came. Can you really just read it again? Because I just.
Oh my!
After
God.
a drunk night and
home tattoo kit,
a mate decided to remove it himself with a razor blade.
Right. I'm trying to work out a chronology of events. It looks really fresh, that tattoo. Did they just do it, then immediately regret it and go, I'll just cut that off?
Oh, no, look, that looks quite old there.
Right.
Oh,
I think the pictures are out of order as well.
Mate.
Oh.
I tell you what, he's done such a good job removing it.
Oh, that little slice of Billy Bear ham.
Oh, mate.
That is fucking...
I don't even think we could put these pictures on YouTube. We're going to have to put these in the Discord.
These are going to have to be Discord pictures. Do you know what? To be fair to him, how fucking hard is that bloke?
How pissed was he?
Like, that must have hurt so much.
You gotta have some pit.
That's like...
Bit of ketamine. You want a bit of ket?
That's like a saw challenge.
Yeah.
That's like, they kidnap like a fucking, Nazi person who's got a big tattoo and they go remove it with a razor blade, otherwise I'm going to shoot you in the face or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Jigsaw's let himself. he's really stopped trying.
He's just like, I just don't really like tattoos.
Yeah, just remove it or I'll shoot you.
Just next sell someone with earplugs.
Sew them together otherwise.
Fucking hell, that's absolutely brutal.
Aaron Wilson, I got this beauty back in my early 20s while high on Xanax.
Xanax. Oh,
that's just your initials, Aaron Wilson. It's on his foot, like
looks
fucking
like
Andy from Toy Story.
Looks like it.
I know a guy who's got Andy on the bottom.
I know a guy as well.
He's called, it's a bit hack now.
He's called Andy Shaw.
No, but I do know someone called Andy Shaw. Okay.
Well, what a great chat. There we go, tattoo competition. Send us in your worst tattoos.
Oh, the person I know is even called Andy. He's got Andy on the back of it.
Oh.
Yeah, so, send us in your tattoos to the email. What else we got, Sam?
Are we not going to read it and look at any more tattoos?
That's enough.
That's enough.
Let's do a little sample, mate.
We'll just have a sample. Go back to my email.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another one. What I want you to look at is just under armed, it says bad fart. There you go, that one.
Yeah.
Now, this is a really sad looking fart, and it just made me smile.
Okay. I have seen this video before on the internet. It is somewhat of a classic.
Again with sound.
With sound.
That sound just...
Yeah. That's what Paul Smith's leg kick sounded like.
It's for those of you that can't see it, it's a guy wearing ironically brown shorts, and he does a little fart. He lifts his leg up to fart, and you just see the back of the shorts bulge just with pure shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a solid turd as well. Rare to shit yourself solid.
So this is one that's been doing the rounds recently. This has gone pretty viral. I love this. This is a podcast between two guys, and one of them is very passionate about the Bible and also a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Did you read the Bible?
Back to front. I've read the Old Testament, the New Testament.
What was that feeling for you?
Beautiful. There's nothing you can ask me about the Bible now I can tell you, and that's not showing off. I genuinely like you to do that. Anything you could think of.
What's the best verse on it that stands out to you?
The best verse is, if you stop at every dog that barks, you'll never reach your destination. That's my favourite verse because it's basically about you don't stop at every dog that barks because you'll never reach your destination. Now,
I love it. It's basically about you don't stop at every dog that barks. Some incredible things about this. Firstly, if there was a third camera that cut to Freddy in this, he would not look out of place at all. You could easily be the third guy on this.
But also, like, look, I went to a Catholic high school, right? Don't believe it at all. It's all bollocks. But I've had to read bits of the Bible.
Yeah.
And there's no bit of the Bible that sounds like it's written like that.
No,
it's all not like, and heareth say Joseph of the fucking Disraelites.
It's not like, it's always darker before the dawn, hun. It's not like fucking inspirational quotes.
Yeah. Smooth seas never made a strong sailor.
Yeah. I really like as well in this where he goes, I've read it back to front. And that's a Quran that you've read. That's not a Bible, mate. You've read a different book. Yeah.
But I love his explanation as
it's
well.
fucking brilliant, isn't it? I love the sincerity of it. It's absolutely fucking just the full on
It just means, right, basically, don't stop at barking dogs.
Yeah, and if you just listen to the audio, there's a thing that comes up on the video that explains that quote is from Winston Churchill. It is not from the Bible at all.
Did he not write the Bible?
He didn't know.
Oh, who wrote the Bible?
No. Winston Churchill had a very different opinion on, treating other people the same.
Yeah, particularly if you...
Who did write the Bible? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. They wrote bits of it.
Yeah.
King James, I think. That's my understanding.
Gideon.
Yeah.
See what else I've got for you, because I've forgotten what half these links are, because, what's armed? Click on that one.
It's great he's surprised by the stuff he's brought.
I am.
Oh, man with no arms commits armed robbery.
Yeah, it's fucking great, this. It's a lovely bit of... I like the way you basically today, Freddie, come armed with all the finest memes of 2007.
Look at this dude. Do you know what, as well? Fair fucking play.
Yeah. I think you just got to give him it at that point. It'd be too awkward not to.
Can you still call it an armed robbery?
Yeah.
Legged robbery?
Yeah, it's a legged robbery.
A legged robbery.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly. We've got video evidence. It's not a legged.
It's a nice bit of equality, innit? Although, like, if you get shot by a guy with his feet, you got to be gutted. You can't be that nimble with it. Like, his aim can't be great. It's hard to aim a gun with your hands.
If you just disappeared under the counter, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Like,
you just walk round the back of him. He's turning circles.
Wheel him out the shop.
Yeah, just push him.
If you just pushed him facing a wall,
Walk up one step.
What's his escape plan?
Yeah. Well, there's probably a flat floor to get out of there, innit?
if you pushed him facing a wall and just put 2 door stops underneath his things, he'd just be trapped forever.
Just pop his tyre. Chuck a can of Fanta over his battery.
Tip it over.
Yeah, chuck him over sideways.
Oh, God.
Like, I'm not, like, there's those people who do, like, self-defense videos where they, like, disarm someone with a gun. I think I could do it to him.
Yeah.
Even with a gun, I think I could win that fight. Like, I'd batter that cunt. He can't walk.
I can't reload.
Yeah. Once the clip drops out, it's fucked. I do have an update on the, actually, like, whilst we're here, actually. So last week we talked about the Somerset Gimp. Incorrectly named the Somerset Mudder. There's been an update on his case. Can we just get the headline?
I think we spoke about it on Patreon.
On Patreon, right. If you want to be on that, give us money. But so the Somerset Gimp, right, was a guy in Somerset who got accused of being a gimp because he was wearing what looked like a gimp suit. Turned out, incorrectly identified as a gimp.
He's sexually aroused by rolling around in mud.
Yeah, he's a mudder. He's not a gimp. He's the Somerset Mudder, and I think that's an important distinction.
Raises lots of money for charity doing tough mudders.
Basically, people like complained about him saying, "Oh, this is a scary gimp." But it turns out, from what we read, we tried to look into it. It turned out he was just a guy who he likes wiggling around and getting turned on by it. He wasn't meaning any harm to anyone. But he has been found guilty, and the headline is Somerset Gimp banned from wearing a gimp suit in public and crawling, wriggling, or writhing on the ground for 5 years. So it's like you with your heart. You must be counting down the days. Do you reckon he gets time served as well? It's like, you've not wriggled for 3 months, so we'll knock that off.
Yeah. I put a little tweet out.
It was very funny.
Saying it's going to be so sad if he ever gets set on fire.
Just got to stand there burning. Like, oh.
The smell as well with all that rubber.
Yeah. It's not rubber, Tom. It's not rubber, it's nylon. She likes absorbing the mud.
Oh, right. Yeah, but
have you learnt nothing about the Somerset Mudder?
Well, it's been found
Do
guilty.
not judge a gimp by its cover.
Yeah, he's not a gimp, he's a mudder.
Exactly. That's why you don't
correct.
judge a gimp by a mudder.
Honestly, though, I think we should invite him on.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone has the contact details for Joshua Hunt
In Claverham, North Somerset, get in touch. I'm sure we could find him. That's a lot of details.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'd love to have a chat to him.
Yeah.
I think we could be the understanding platform he requires.
Oh, mate, can we buy him a T-shirt that says "Gimping ain't easy"?
I love that because he's from Somerset. He's got an amazing accent. He's not a mudder. He's a mudder.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I just love rubbing myself with mud and coming everywhere.
If you've read about me, you've got to admit it's a grave miscarriage of justice.
We could invite him to the festival. I bet he'd love that.
Yeah, there's going to be loads of mud at that.
Yeah.
Fucking too, right. Yeah, all right, we'll invite him, yeah.
But there will be other gimps there.
What about...
He won't be allowed to get involved in that.
No,
He's
not
not allowed
like Jack
to wriggle.
Russells.
He's not allowed to wriggle.
They're not like 2 terriers. They're going to bark at each other. Yeah. What about if we were to have a special space for him?
The Gimp Zone.
Where he can just cover himself in mud all day.
I'm up for that. Yeah, we'll give him a little mud pool. He'll have a great time.
We should have that anyway.
Yeah. But honestly, I'd be well up for having him on. Like, that'd be fucking well funny.
Oh, what'd be even funnier is if we had a little mud pool where everyone could cover themselves in mud and wriggle on the ground except him.
And he's just got to stand and watch.
It's like me in a pub. Everyone's having fun but me.
Yeah. But yeah, let's try and get in touch with him then, all right? That's your job, Tom. Off you go.
Okay. I think he's probably going to have taken down his social media at this point.
Yeah. I think his website might be down, but we'll try and get in touch.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
But I think at the minute he might be.
All right, but this is a genuine open invitation. If anyone knows him, get in touch. We'd love to have him on.
Or any famous gimps. The Essex Gimp we tried to get on.
The Essex Gimp, he was up for it, wasn't he? But I think we've got to go to him, so if we're down there, we'll speak to him. But I want to speak to this Gimp who's been wronged.
Exactly. You know? I want to speak to a Gimp that's obsessed with scrumpy cider, not one with perfect teeth. That's my that's where I stand on Gimps.
And he's got to stand now. He's not allowed to lie down and wriggle.
Have you seen the Marks and Spencer's Palestine Christmas advert?
What's this?
This feels like a Patreon, this.
Yeah, so there's a Marks and Spencer's Palestine Christmas
advert. Have you not seen this?
What? So
I've seen the story, but I've not seen the advert.
What is it like? The Palestinians start off with a stocking before they know it. There's a load of Israeli presents in there.
Yeah. If they bring out the Christmas dinner, it's glazed Hamas.
It was awful. It was really awful.
And I'll tell you what else is awful: the atrocities over there.
Committed by who?
Committed by humankind.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly
which kind of humankind?
The ones that don't have foreskin. That's both of them, I think.
Says a lot.
I don't know. Do you know what?
I'll tell you what, they're not fans of bacon. I'll tell you that.
I am on the side of humankind, and I think that there should be a ceasefire.
Oh, start drinking again.
Yeah.
Honestly, fuck this.
That's
New
what,
Freddy sucks.
That's what all the pussies say, innit? Towing the line. I just think that whenever anyone dies, it's sad. Yeah. It's like, yes,
I don't agree with that. I think when some people die, it's really funny.
Yeah.
When like innocent children, not this particular situation. I found very little of the current Gaza situation I've found funny. Very little. Vanishingly little, I would describe as.
That implies that some of it,
some of it hilarious. A couple of those airstrikes, real funny. One of them hit a clown college. It was a right laugh.
You should have seen them all escaping in the same car.
One of them bounced off a trampoline and then went back into the plane. That's great.
Yeah, one of them got hit with a homing custard pie. Kept pulling hostages out of his sleeve.
Yeah, didn't have a gun, but he had a flower that squirted a lot of water.
I think you might have been watching Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. I like the airstrike with the little anvil.
So, as far as... Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't know who Acme are, but they make a lot of fucking war.
They hold up a sign saying death to the West.
Yeah. Someone shouted, "Aloha, Acme."
So, there is a thing... so M&S have been in trouble because
I saw a vague thing about this, but do you ever do this where you see a news story and just go, "Oh, I'm not bothering with this one"?
Yeah,
I did that with this one, so you can film it.
So there were 3 party hats in a fire, and one of them was green, and one of them was silver, and one of them was red. Yeah. And they're like, "Well, that's clearly the Palestinian flag."
Yeah, because when else do you use green and red at Christmas?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, people have been offended by colours in this situation. It's just mad.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those where they backed down, didn't they?
They backed down straight away.
Which is insane. You just go, it's a fucking Christmas hat.
It was filmed months ago.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, mate, this conflict's been going on for several thousand years. I don't think, recency is the problem. It couldn't be about the Middle East. I've only just started kicking off. It's only been going on about 20 minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But they don't own colours. They don't own all the colours. You can use whatever you want.
Yeah.
But then loads of people...
I think some of them did own colours. I think that was part of the problem.
That's very funny.
Thank you very much.
I think the whole Christmas advert being such a big thing annoys me as well.
Yeah, it's a fake tradition.
Yeah.
It's only been about for 10 years, and people act like it's always been this thing. Yeah. And it's 40-year-old people going, "Oh my God, have you seen the John Lewis advert?" It's this isn't a thing you remember from being a kid. It's only been around a decade. They're all shit. Fucking kill yourself.
Shit.
Kill yourself.
They're
for real.
Shitty films designed to make you buy things.
Did you
IDF, stop wasting your missiles on Gaza and bomb these cunts.
Did anyone genuinely think, though, that Marks and Spencer's, which, let's be fair, is the most fucking bland, company.
They're not trying to make big political swings, Marks and Spencer's. They're trying to sell pants to your dad.
Yeah, exactly. Do they really think that they were like, tell you what, this is a great way for us to show our support?
100%. Also, Marks and Spencer's are going to be on the side of Israel.
Oh, yeah.
100%, surely.
Yeah, I think the point was
they were burning Palestinian things to be like, yay, Israel. Right, okay. Yeah. They would definitely be on Israel's side, though, Marks and Spencer's. Really? Here's a fun game. Which shops on the high street would be on which side? It's obviously, Marks and Spencer's Israel, Aldi, Palestine.
I think Woolworths, Palestine. Because they don't exist anymore.
Yeah. The Arndale Centre, Palestine, got bombed.
Marks and Spencer's got bombed in that thing. So
Build-A-Bear Workshop, Palestine, dying children inside it. You got any other ones, Freddie? You got any other ones? It's a good game.
It is a good
It's a good game.
I feel like Mowgli would be Palestine.
Right, yeah, explain.
I don't know.
Brown. That's what you did.
But I always find with the Israel-Palestine thing, it's always really easy to tell who supports it. Because if you're not white, then you're probably on Palestine's side. If you're Jewish,
very few brown Israel fans.
Exactly. If you're Jewish, then you're obviously on Israel's side.
Yeah.
If you're a white woman, you're on Palestine's side. And if you're a white man, you just don't care.
Depends on the type of white woman. If you're like sort of like liberal, younger out, sure. But like, the old conservative women, very pro-Israel. Very pro-Israel.
No, I think they're still...
The old Tories, very pro-Israel.
I feel like a lot of people have picked a side very early on and then gone, I'm on this side, and that's that.
Yeah, and I think a few people are now starting to be like, oh, my side's doing a lot of real bad shit here. It's like, I think, it's totally legitimate to be like, hey, I support Israel as a concept, but you must now be going, 20,000's quite a lot of dead people.
It's a bit like being a Man United fan.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah. I picked them very early on. I like it as a concept.
Used to be a lot stronger in the 90s.
But they keep raping everyone.
Yeah. No, the difference is Israel are effective and win.
Yeah.
They've probably spent less money as well. All right, so that's that sorted, I think.
Yeah. Hold on.
Our typical deft touch applied to that conflict.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That nuanced take won't upset anyone.
Surgeon-like precision there.
As precise as an Israeli strike.
Yeah. Remember when you two wanted me to move on from that bit?
Palestine.
Palestine. Yeah.
We can't do celebrities.
We
can't.
Yeah.
Making great TV shows because she's such a good presenter.
I don't know why you've decided that you don't like her. She's lovely.
She's great.
I've met her on a couple of occasions. She's
really nice.
Really lovely. Really funny.
Yeah, she's nice, yeah.
Lovely. I don't think she likes you anymore.
I don't think she knows who I am or cares.
She will when this goes public.
Yeah.
You know how quickly I got a phone call when I called someone a spastic the other week? I was within 5 minutes of the episode being up.
I mean, if anyone said this, that's a bit mean.
Yeah, it is a bit mean. Don't say
and she's diabetic.
And don't read it to her.
Oh, she's diabetic. The ship sailed. She already hates me.
Yeah, she already hates you. Fine.
Let's just make sure we don't put this out in Awareness Month.
Oh, God. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm just in a really evil mood today.
You really are.
Yeah.
Apple Shop is Israel. PC World is Palestine. I will explain no further.
Foot Locker, Palestine.
Palestine, yeah. JD Sports, Israel. Right, let's crack on. What else are we doing? Right.
We've got some advice, but I think we should save it for the Patreon.
All right, okay.
Should we do one piece of advice on this, the one on the Patreon?
All right, whatever. Let's do a feature. Choose a feature, like a lovely question or an advice or a rumour or whatever.
Let's have a lovely question.
Okay.
It's from Benjamin Atkinson. Would you rather a world without porn, or you can only watch porn that your mum and dad have watched?
A world without porn.
Yeah.
Done. Easy.
Watched is different, though, because, like, might have just watched it like, oh, no. Because, like, if it's porn that is to my parents' specifications, that different. I don't want to watch a load of, like, policeman role play films. It's not what I need. You know, a load of, like, sad women being arrested and then bonked with a truncheon.
But it might
it's not what I need.
It might give you clues on where your dad is.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, he might.
Well, he's left
delivering pizza or stuck with his head through a railing. What the fuck you on about? Oh, it turns out he was driving a taxi but didn't have any money for the fares.
Well,
unless you mean he's left Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he might do that. Yeah.
My dad's not in these films.
Well, what
are you on about?
Well, if he is in porn, he's going to watch him back. So you'll have to watch that.
That's not the one I'm going to watch.
Well, you
the
might...
one with me dad. Although it would be easy for me to pretend it's me. I suppose. You know, if it was just like angles of me knob, I'd be like, well, you know.
I think a world without porn, easy. Because I've said before, I'm a fan of an imagination wank. I do it once in a while just to sort of keep the old muscle nice and taut.
So awful.
But
that was such an awful experience listening to that.
Muscle
I know,
taut.
there was so much I hated about it. Like everything, the timing of it, everything was awful. But, I don't know, like, maybe my dad, like, my dad did go to war. He's probably into some fucked up shit, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, the problem also...
I've got enough detachment from my dad that could be fine,
I don't know.
The problem also is that, obviously, we say if your dad's watched porn, he's probably watched it back. If your mum's made porn, she's probably watched it back.
I'm pretty sure my retired RE teacher mum hasn't made any porn.
Yeah,
I feel
probably not recently.
feel pretty safe on that.
But
what if
that is a very specific
but
niche.
This is basically, what would you rather have, a world without porn or porn, but you also know all of your parents' fetishes? Because
it doesn't have to be fetishes, though. It can just be like normal porn.
But imagine if your mum was like massively into like tickle porn and you found out this way.
Yeah, I think I know what my mum's into. It's like army men, like that's her thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but they tickle her every once in a while.
That's fine. She likes getting tickled out. She has a lovely tickly time. That's way better than anything else that could happen in porn.
Did she
of
tickle
all the
you
things
when you were
that
a
could
child?
happen, tickling, pretty good.
Do you have any similar interests with your mum? Any hobbies that you do together or things?
Yeah, ribbing.
For example, if
we're similar personalities, but like I don't think similar interests. She's into like her big hobbies are karate and opera,
right?
And like I'm not into those.
But if you were taking
like karate and opera,
yeah.
Wow.
She's like me in that she gets like wildly obsessed with shit. Like she in her 60s, she took up karate and she's got a black belt second dan now. And like she just about 2 years ago got into opera and now has seen like every fucking opera. She's like mad with shit like that. Yeah. She's a great lady. She's cool as fuck.
She sounds like a nerd.
Yeah, she's a really cool nerd though. She's great. She's just dead passionate about stuff and does loads of cool things.
Shout out Linda Mulholland.
Yeah, shout out Lynn. What about your big fat mum? What about her big fat porn? Because like it would all be BBW stuff, I imagine.
No, she's not really fat. She's not.
On the
She didn't
Quinn
get
scale.
chance.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
She didn't get a chance.
No.
She
Made her
was
money.
fat, but then 9 months of him sucking up all the nutrients. God, can you imagine the pressure he put on that tit?
Do you have 36 double D to Hattie Preston?
I've seen.
That's mean.
I've seen my.
I love Hattie Preston. I'm
Yeah,
only
I
joking.
know.
It's just because you two laugh about it.
I've seen my mum try and send an email before. There's no way she's working porn.
Yeah, but like she might have like a VHS.
Oh,
copy.
she might have a VHS. That'll probably be it.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I've seen how much she struggles to just do the basic.
I reckon she watches VHSs called like Fat Dads. It's just like blokes with a builder's ass crack out.
What about your dad? What do you reckon?
What do you reckon your dad's into? What do you reckon your dad wanks to?
DIY.
I bet he just watches videos of like sons getting a proper job.
Healthy
Just like
sons.
Healthy sons going for a jog.
Son's living to middle age.
Now, what do you reckon your dad wanks to?
He's actually a big fan of. Get back again.
Yeah.
I really like her. I can't believe that this is going to go out. And
What do you reckon your dad wanks to?
honestly,
What do you reckon it is about your mum that gets his dick hard? Because there's got to be something in it that he's into
I've seen
with
pictures of him when he was a young man,
it. Yeah.
and he was a bit like of a fucking,
Fat, ugly, gay cunt.
No, like he was a bit. He was
Gay? A bit
was-
gay, like his son?
He'd sort of look and dress like Dean Coghlan.
All right, okay. So like a bit alternative, bit of like,
So I
a bit of a
reckon he's
punk.
into
Does he have tattoos, your dad?
Chinese porn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is it about your mum that you think turns him on?
A knowledge that they've both settled.
Uh-huh. A knowledge that because he's not aiming high, she'll do fucking
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I bet she's filthy, your mum.
No,
She's
no,
got
no.
to make up for being minging in it
No,
by being an absolute whore.
What it
I bet
is-
she is just guzzling fucking cum
Well,
constantly.
like Mother Like Son.
Like Mother Like Son. This is it.
Honestly,
this
if
is where you got your
if
cock
anything-
hungriness from.
If anything, it's
Oh, aren't you a little cockslut like mummy?
the opposite.
Guzzling for mummy. Near.
If anything, it's
Flicks at his face.
If anything, it's the opposite. I think that they're very
That your dad's gay?
prudish. I think they're very prudish people.
I don't think you can make that claim. I think
I can, having lived with them for a bit.
How closely are you observing them? You know, and like behind closed doors, the people who appear prudish on surface, like they're the people who are most mental. Look at the whole culture of Japan. You know, it's like people are. That's the whole thing of British culture is what goes on behind the net curtains, isn't it? Everyone puts out a presentable facade, then gets up to wild, kinky, disgusting shit because they're minging, and like in order to keep a partner, they've got to be a disgusting slag. And that's the story of your mum. That
explains all those Sailor Moon outfits that were constantly on the washing line.
Yeah.
Covered in cum.
Covered in cum. Yeah. I bet they just sort of like based your mum in cum.
What about one of your dads?
One of my dads.
Yeah.
Well, one
stealing all the dads.
My proper dad, I reckon he's into just anything, really. Yeah.
It's whatever he can get.
Yeah. Probably.
When he's short, you can't be picky, innit?
I don't know. He was a bit of a shagger, my dad, in his day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a single man for a long time. He shagged about a lot.
Yeah. What was his type?
Women.
Yeah. Unusual.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes thin women. Doesn't like anyone fat.
Right. Unlike you.
Unlike me. What? Wife's very thin.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. That's weird. So you'd be fine with the porn then. You both got the same taste.
Yeah, I think we probably have actually.
Yeah. That's weird, isn't it?
Not really.
If you're a bit older, you'd fuck your mum. Yeah. You would. You'd well shag your mum.
No.
You would.
No.
You got the same taste as your dad.
There's a way to win this argument, but I'm definitely not going to say it.
Can we read the second lovely question, and then we'll get going?
Yeah.
I want to know more about Tom's horny dad.
We can talk about my dad.
Yeah. What about your mum? What do you reckon turns her on? What do you reckon gets your mum wet? Nothing.
No.
Nah, it definitely does.
No, she doesn't want. She didn't need no man. She said it many times.
Gushing
She's
always.
got the
always
driest
dripping.
pussy, like an arid desert.
I reckon it's the other way. I reckon you put a tarpaulin under, you can make a slip and slide.
No, I reckon she's so dry, she fucking just, puts a little bit of aloe vera on her little lips.
Shagging a succulent.
Go on, read this next one.
If you're in a concentration camp situation...
Yep, you would.
Would you?
Speaking of aloe vera,
a concentration camp situation.
You mean a concentration
camp? There's not an equivalent situation.
It's not how they describe it at Auschwitz, is it?
We've got a bit of a situation here.
We've got a concentration camp situation.
It's like,
so what's the vibe in here? Is it a bit concentration campy? Is it that sort of...
It's like paintball and you just go for like an experience day.
It's on a virgin experience day. Yeah, it's either this or going in a hang glider.
A team building exercise.
Everyone's in striped pyjamas, but one's wearing one that says stag on the back.
If you're in a concentration camp situation, would you step over other people and look after yourself, but run the risk of being alone if something goes wrong? Or would you band together with your fellow inmates so you have support if the wheels fall off?
What do you mean if the wheels fall off? You're already in a concentration camp. How much worse is life getting? That is literally the worst thing that can happen to a human. And what do you mean, like, step over other people, look at, and all this? Like, you're having choices. You're in a concentration camp.
Yeah.
What happens if you're in a concentration camp is you die. It wasn't like people making choices about whether they'd survive or not.
Some escaped and some survived the wars.
Very, very rare cases. And a lot of the people who, survivors were just people who were there at the end. They hadn't been processed yet. There's not a lot of people got out. These were very secure facilities. The Nazis were bad, but they were good at organising shit. They really killed a lot of people very efficiently. I don't think you're doing anything. I don't think I'm making any choices. I think I'm dying. I think that's what had happened.
Yeah.
I'd escape.
But you'd be able to fit through the chain link.
Exactly.
But I also think as well that when you're faced with something like this, that's let's be fair.
Vibrating me can.
Let's be
glad
fair.
you're giving this the seriousness it deserves, Rob.
When you're faced with something like this,
sorry, I just had an anal gas situation. God, this is the worst gas in this camp. Go quick, have a shower, you stink.
When you're faced with something like this, which is, let's be fair, a life-changing situation.
Yeah, it's changed from alive to dead.
I think you undergo such a metamorphosis in your personality that you can't say what you would be like at the end of it. Yeah. So I think that, like, because I'm quite a selfish, go it alone person, but I could totally imagine a situation where if I was ever in something like this, I would like band together.
I know exactly what had happened in this situation. You'd spend the whole time complaining about the train journey you'd had there and how overcrowded it was, and everyone would be so bored of your tedious story that they'd just mash you to death.
Yeah, I mean, a better question is how long you think you'd last.
Yeah,
and my answer would be longer than Paul Smith.
Problem is, you're not very useful, though. I think in order to stay about, you'd have to be useful.
No, but also as well, I'm a heavy corpse.
Yeah, I don't think they give a fuck about that. They just kicked him in an hole, mate. Like you'd last a lot. You'd outlive a lot of people when it came to the starvation aspect. You've got more reserves than most people. But like, as soon as they put you on a work gang and find out how fucking useless you are, once you're having a wheezing fit 30 seconds in, they're like, send him in now.
Yeah.
Like you're getting moved to the top of the queue.
You're
not like useful for shit. You don't have a good working attitude when it comes to like physical labour.
Yeah. But then they might also go, he's on his last legs. He's probably going to die soon anyway.
Oh yeah.
Those people who manage to, I wouldn't be able to last a fucking afternoon.
Nah.
I'd be like, this is done.
God, I would hope to die quickly. It's so literally the worst thing you could imagine.
Who sent this in?
Yeah, what have we done to set this tone? Come on, guys, keep it light. I don't think I could do anything though. And like, obviously, look, when I'm in like to answer the question, I'd try and band together with people. We're all in a concentration camp. Don't be an extra.
I think also
but also you don't know what panic you'd be under.
Also, the selfish thing is to band together as well, and you use other people to help you, really, because that's the only way you get out. So it's a selfish way of doing it.
Yeah, I think I would very much accept death. I think at that point, if you knew what was happening, if you were aware of it, because maybe if you're like the first person at Auschwitz, you might be like, "Oh, work will set me free." That sounds nice.
Well, a lot of people even later on didn't know that that's what it was going to be.
If I work really hard, I'll progress through the ranks.
Yeah, and like I've been Pontins, so I've been in a horrific camp, so I've got some sort of skills in this sense. Where's the blue coat? Oh, we got stripy coats in here, is it?
Oh.
Do you reckon anyone worked themselves up to be a Nazi?
What do you think? That's the career path?
Well, probably not.
From young Jew to Nazi.
Do you reckon anyone did?
No.
I bet if you got offered someone.
This is Sergeant Goldstein of the SS Waffen. What are you on about?
Because what I'm saying is, if the Nazis took a shine to one of them,
I don't think they did. Right, I don't know if you know about the relationship between Nazis and Jewish people,
Oh,
mate,
yeah, I know that.
But I don't think they were like, we like this one. We'll keep this one as a mascot.
Yeah, but there were so many coming through. I bet they were, this one's all right. This one's a good guy.
The whole point was they treated them all as animals because they didn't see them as human.
Do you know what I would watch, though? A concentration camp version of Undercover Boss.
Yeah, it's my first day into camp and I just want to get a vibe for what everyone's getting, what everyone's experiencing. And then there's like a 2-camera bit where he's like, the queues for the showers are just unacceptable and we really need to do something about these.
One of the Nazis got a backstory where he wants to go to college. But he can't drive there.
Honestly, these rotors for the towers are so egregious.
Yeah.
Right,
well, that's the end of the episode.
It's been yet another race to the bottom this week, hasn't it?
Yeah. Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed it, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/DeadmenTalkPod. For that, you get an extra episode every single week and loads of special content and stuff.
Really important thing they're going to get. Early access
to any
a
events.
Very special event that may be happening next year, possibly in July. That would be really cool. That you definitely want tickets for. There's going to be very limited ones, only available on Patreon at first. Maybe go on there.
You can sign up. You can sign up for just £3 a month, but you get a 7-day free trial as well. So you've got a week to have a look, check it out, and we're so confident that you'll stay and you'll love us. And by supporting the Patreon, you help to keep the podcast going. So if you like Dead Men Talking, if you love it, if it's something that you listen to every week, support us, because that's how you can make sure that there's more episodes.
And we can't keep sponsors. So please, you'll notice we do a lot of adverts once. Turns out people from those companies watch those adverts.
Minute silence this week.
Oh yeah, what are we doing minute silence for? We've got so many options this week.
We are doing a minute silence for diabetes awareness month.
Diabetes awareness month. That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm on my watch today.
Yeah. Let's not clap at the end because it's insensitive. People who only got one hand from diabetes.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you got
on 3?
Have you got a little timer ready for the?
I've got a fucking timer. It's all right. I've got one here.
Tommy's got a timer.
I don't know what.
He's got a timer. He's got a watch.
3, 2, 1. I'm not even going to do it for this. I don't care about the diabetic. They're my enemy.
Trying to do a minute silence. It's hard for them. Sometimes they have to have sugary treats.
Yeah, shut your cake hole.
Shh. Some of them will die if they don't eat Starburst. It's serious.
Shh. Okay.
I'm sorry. Shut up or I'll have to give you a Freddo. Sad having diabetes.
I hope they all die.
Of what?
Hope you get run over on the way to an ice cream shop.
Gonna make a concentration camp for the diabetic.
It's just one of those American sweet shops.
Auschwitz.
So sweet.
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Go on, diabetes! Go on, let's be aware of it. Let's be aware.
Thanks for listening. Go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck off.